Hello, everyone. My name is April Christian Davis, and I am so happy that you're going to join me today on this amazing day. I am in Japan. I'm in Yo Yomaha. I can't even say it. Yokohama, Japan. Try to say that three times. Yokohama, Japan. And I'm just going to talk to you really quickly about my experience in getting through customs because I want you to enjoy this part of your travel. It's so important. And if you get stuck in customs, it will really put a damper on the rest of your experience. So, the first thing you want to do, and I'm going to give you step by step, and if you've got any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer the questions at the end of our presentation. So number one is it's going to involve some very important advanced preparation. So what I mean by that is you have to understand the regulations and the procedures for each step that you're going to take for each country that you enter or a country that you exit. For an example, I was in Puerto Rico about a week ago, and coming into Puerto Rico, you were okay to declare getting through. On your way out of Puerto Rico, there was two clarity checks that you had to actually get to the airport maybe 2 hours early. And so with this process, the moment you got entered the airport, you had to go take your luggage and everything you own to go on this belt to get clearance. And then once it gets there, they put a sticker on there, and then it goes to another area, and you may have to walk very slowly with a dog to smell if there's anything that is illegal. And then after that, you can actually go through another security, your regular security, where you put everything on the converter belt and push your products through and go through security that way. So no matter what it is, on the way in or the way out, you have to be prepared, not only for that, but scheduling your time for your air flight so that you don't miss your plane. The next thing I want to remind you to do is to fill out your declaration forms completely, accurately, and honestly. And try to do this in advance. Um, they will ask you what you are going to be bringing into the country. So they may say, are you going to bring in alcohol? Are you bringing in food? You have to tell them what you're bringing in, just in case you have to pay taxes on that. So keep that in mind and leave yourself some room in case that holds you up. The next thing you want to do is have your documents ready, especially your passport. With your passport, you want to make sure that it's up to date throughout the duration that you are visiting that country. So don't let this expire while you're out, while you're visiting. That's not good. You want to also have an updated license as a backup. Your license needs to be up to date and needs to be valid. Also, prepare proof of travel. What I mean by this is you may have to get a printed copy of your itinerary, like where you're going, your flight accommodations, your hotel accommodations. If you're going to a wedding, the invitation. If you're going to a business conference, maybe the agenda or a brochure electronically. But it's best to have a printed copy because of so many things that are going on with people moving in and out of different countries during this time. So some governments require that you have to explain to them why you're coming and how long you plan to stay. The next thing I want you to remember to do is to declare any restrictive items that could be prohibited, like firearms or illegal drugs or certain agricultural products, plants, food that they need to make sure that it's not going to affect anything or anyone in their culture cycle. Okay, so be very careful of that. Thank you very much. If you've got some comments, please just add them to the comment area, and I promise you I'll get back to you. So, some of the products that you may buy may be subjected to tax duty. You want to keep your receipts of this to have proof that you did make payment on these items. For an example, I was in Tiffany's today and a client of mine was buying a gift. And what I like about this is that Tiffany gives you cash back on the taxes after you purchase your product. So we bought two scarves, I don't know, $1,500, but we got the tax back immediately. And so that saves you money as a person who's traveling. You get to get your taxes back in Japan, but this doesn't always work in other countries, so keep that in mind. And last but not least is you want to make sure that you have a digital scanned code that you fill out for the country that you're visiting. So, for an example, if you go to visit Japan, you have to fill out a declaration form that explains who you are, and it includes your passport. But more importantly, it's also going to include a digital color code entrance into the country through security, two barcodes, two colors for each area. So make sure that you put it on your phone and that you take a screenshot of it in case for some reason you don't have the internet and you can't pull it up. Take a screenshot of the picture of the codes, both colors, and when they tell you to go in line and have your code ready, you should do that. Because if you don't, there will be about 200 people in front of you trying to fill out the information for that code. Don't let that happen to you. So I had the code, I had everything in place, and in my next video, I'd like to share with you other things that you can do before getting to Japan. And believe me when I tell you, you have to do all of this before you pick up your luggage. Before you get to baggage claim, all this the clearance has to be completed. Yes. So you're not going anywhere until all this is done. This is April. I'm so happy you had a chance to join me today, and I'm looking forward to answering any questions that you have. I want you to have a good night because it is Saturday night, and back home it is Saturday morning, and I am tired. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.